What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to soak up in your life to improve your life. But never forget that God comes first. He is the worker of miracles. He is the worker of transformation, and he can help you get to a different spot than where you started at. But along that route, it is best if you soak up knowledge and put it into play in your life, in perspective. Like, use it on account. Use what you know to get further ahead in your life, not what you used to. It's a very big difference, you know what I'm saying? So before I get in the title of my video, I just want to say big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. Even for the ones that don't listen to this video, you guys are great too, because I'm going to still pump out this content. It's just, to help the overall collective of people understand that, you know what I'm saying, in order to transform your life from where it's always been, you have to get some sort of new knowledge from somewhere else to make a difference if you're trying to go in a different direction. Because if you're not soaking up that game from anywhere else and you're just sticking to what you know, you'll always stay in that same spot. You can't grow like that. That's just how life is and how it's set out. You know what I'm saying? So, again, thank y'all. You guys are great. The title of this video is going to be on my take on the Baby Boy movie starring Tyrese Gibson and my favorite actress, Taraji P. Henson. You know what I'm saying? That movie is basically centered on today, but it just came out in 2001. Came out June 27th of 2001. I was on my way to turning 13 2 days after that, which was June 29th of 2001. I was actually in LA at the time with me and my brother, and that was one of the things I wanted to do for my birthday. I had seen constant commercials about the movie, and that's one of the things I wanted to do for my birthday. And I asked my auntie, hey, can we go see Baby Boy? She gave us some money, and me and my brother went to go see Baby Boy on my birthday. And I remember it like it was yesterday, for the simple fact, again, we were in Universal Studios in the movies. This is in LA, and it was some really, let's just say, ghetto women that was in the movie theater. So not only were we watching the movie, we also had to listen to additional commentary, you know what I'm saying, of what they would do in certain circumstances. It was funny. I remember it like it was yesterday, you know what I'm saying? So, I came across a picture of Jody and Pandora, which is Yvette's co-worker, and it basically was saying how she was the good woman and da-da-da-da, whoop, whoop, whoop. So I started with a whole debate in the comment section, you know what I'm saying? Because if y'all all know, the big movie, should I say, starts out as Tyrese explaining how he's just a baby boy in the stomach, you know what I'm saying, and the things he go through from a man's perspective. Now listen to me, anybody that has grown up in my era has seen this movie at least 20 times. I have seen this movie so many times, I basically know it word for word. It is a classic in the era I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't seen it, you sleep. Let's just put it that way. But it's very much centered on today and how people act in relationships. Like, it starts out like that. So again, it's basically from a man's point of view of how he's acting in this relationship, and I got basically a lot of men commenting on the picture basically from their perspective, you know what I'm saying? But if you think about it, it's 2024. As human beings, energy should be reciprocated from both parties. It shouldn't be no difference because a man is a man and a woman is a woman. We were taught that from years way back, going way back down the line to my great-grandmother's mother, as where the man has a certain set of responsibilities he brings to the table, and a woman has a certain set of responsibilities she brings to the table. And in my mind, it was set up as man don't really show emotions. He takes care of the household. You're supposed to have, you know what I'm saying, intercourse with him whenever he wants it. He brings in the money, so it's okay for him to cheat, while the woman stays at home and takes care of the kids and makes sure the household is okay and push out babies. Those were the stipulations set out on the different genders. But in this day and age, right now, it's not about gender. It's about equal energy. Because if you really think about it, we all humans. We all bleed the same. We all gonna die at some point. We're all born the same. So why is it that men are set apart differently from women? Women can do anything that men do if they put their mind to it. You know what I'm saying? And men can do anything that women do if they put their mind to it. It doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, that they're gay or whatever they want, the world wants to put on that. Those were things that we were brainwashed to think about it. You know what I'm saying? But coming from the generation, I mean, I'm going to show you something on how the roles have switched very differently from how they were back then. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, going back to the movie. So Jody is in this relationship with Yvette. Everybody knows that first relationship you get in is like really hard to pull away. Really hard, especially if, you know what I'm saying, you done dedicated yourself to giving your all in the relationship. It doesn't matter male or female, it's just relationship, period. You know what I'm saying? That first one just hit you on the head to where it is so hard to let go. It is so hard to pull away. So you can't really tailor it to man or women. But in Jody's mind, him still being a 20-year-old young male and being raised on the streets of LA, he has Yvette, who's a solid woman that he's in a relationship with. He has his first child with her, but at the same time, he's also cheating on her. He's also, you know what I'm saying, having unprotected sex with her and getting her pregnant and then sending her to the clinic. You know what I'm saying? But they're still in a relationship together. She goes to work, you know what I'm saying, and holds the fort down while he rides around in her car all day hanging out with Peanut and etc. You know what I'm saying? But listen, if you are tailored on that one way of what you believe to be life at the time, you will not know how to do anything different until you are taught. So I'm going to explain it from a million different ways, because the comment section was booming, because I had a whole debate on, you know what I'm saying, as you growing through a relationship, your first one, the man is going to mess up and the woman is going to mess up, period. I'm going to explain from different perspectives. Now, of course, you know, we in this decade now where it's man against woman, because people are still trying to fight that sorority over women. Women don't really have a voice. We're just taught to be, you know what I'm saying, sexual objects and take care of the household, while the man has the power, the voice, the money, etc., etc. But listen, things have changed. It's 2024. So basically, I was saying how Pandora, which is Yvette's co-worker, was probably the woman that you could sleep with if you bring her a bottle of Hennessy, a couple blunts. She get pregnant on purpose. She's okay with you living a hood lifestyle. She don't care if you get shot. Whereas Yvette was scared that Jody was going to get killed in the streets. And I ended the comment by saying eventually they came to their senses at the end of the movie, and they came together in the relationship. That started a whole topic of comments from men and women. You know what I'm saying? But I was really the only woman commenting, and the men was all different. Men was saying all different type of things. The women was just liking my comments. So then I had one guy say, oh, so it's okay for her to have her ex in the house. So basically that was his response for saying it doesn't matter if Jody was cheating on her. Basically what she was supposed to do was just stay in the relationship and take it until he came to his senses and realized that cheating on her wasn't a good thing to do. And who knows how long that would have took, right? So I came back with Rodney with someone she needed to vent to, because she knew Jody was cheating, and he was denying it. And she was still there, rocking with him, letting him drive her car, you know what I'm saying? Letting him stay with her, also while he lived with his mom at the same time, you know what I'm saying? And she was still sticking around. Not only that, he had a whole different baby mama over here. You know what I'm saying? But you telling Yvette how you really want to be in a relationship with her. You know what I'm saying? And she has emotions too. So you want to explain it from a baby boy perspective. Maybe she was a baby girl. You know what I'm saying? And her emotions is taking on a lot dealing with somebody that she loved. So, of course, she's venting to Rodney, which is her ex who's in jail. And all he got is time on his hands to tell Yvette, you know, listen to her, tell her whatever she need to hear. I need to vent too, as well as, you feel me, Jody's venting to his friend Peanut. It's how it go. You know what I'm saying? And then the situation just keep going back and forth because the male perspective was basically telling me how it's not right for her to deal with her ex. If she gonna deal with her ex, I'm already going out the picture, da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like she got extra cool points to me because, yes, Rodney did come to her house after he got out of jail and he paroled there. But she didn't sleep with him. And she didn't love him for real. You know what I'm saying? So it was something she thought she wanted, but she realized she didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? It got really real when Rodney tried to rape her in front of her son. And she went and told Jody, and Jody got mad. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, during that split, Yvette is dropping their son off at Jody's house. And he's in his room taking care of his son at his mama's house, and he feeling it. Oh, she got Rodney over there. So really, it's both emotions felt on both ends. But it's a life of trial and error. It's a life of learning. If you feel like that's the only thing that you know at that point, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to change it until you gain the introspection needed inside yourself to be able to make a change, because you're going through something that you realize you don't want to go through again. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Jody's mama talking to him, explaining it to him. He's not looking at it from Yvette's side of the picture. He's just looking at it from Jody's side of the picture. You know what I'm saying? But he's still not getting it at that point. And then Jody's mom, Juanita, got Melvin. You know what I'm saying? He getting on Melvin, talking about he don't see his kids, this, that, and the third, and mad because his mama, Juanita, is treating Melvin a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? And he feeling left out. Meanwhile, you got a whole situation over here. And you mad at Melvin because your mama, you feel like it's supposed to cater to you your whole entire life and not have a man. Like, listen, it goes in and out, up and down. You got to be more open. He still has the baby boy mindset. And that baby boy mindset means I'm doing grown-up things, but I'm still centered in my mindset, which means I'm my mama's son. She's not supposed to be in a relationship. She's supposed to be taking care of me. I'm supposed to be doing everything that this man think he's doing while mama can't have no life. And she basically told him, like, mama got to have a life too. And that's facts. You know what I'm saying? But you're outside living your life in LA. You know what I'm saying? Granted, you did get a hustle and started selling dresses. You know what I'm saying? And it started clicking in your mind that you needed a hustle. But that's with life. But you have Yvette sitting next to you, but she's also realizing what she's getting into. She's working. You're not. You're cheating. You're driving her car to go cheat. You know what I'm saying? She's staying at home. You know what I'm saying? Listening to your empty promises. You know what I'm saying? You giving her the business. I bet it's good too, because it got to be, because she waking up cooking tacos and some more. You feel me? So she love you for real. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's in the past day and age where a woman is not supposed to say nothing when it comes to that. She's not supposed to have a voice. She's supposed to tolerate that because that is the standard behavior of how a man is supposed to act. And that's not true. And it's changing now. It's all based off of energy. So if you as a man feel like you're supposed to have special stipulations than a woman, like, the relationship is not going to work. Period. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men are really like money focused. not emotionally willing to give that part of themselves to that woman. You know what I'm saying? It's all about money and I gotta be the boss. I give you kids and that's it. Emotionally, you ain't gonna get nothing from me. You know what I'm saying? And the conversation went many different ways. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, but throughout the whole movie, you could kind of see where they had to sit with themselves and realize some of their actions and how they played a part on each other. So, for whatever reason, Jody wasn't feeling what Yvette was feeling while he was cheating on her. Like, he felt like in his mind, he wasn't doing nothing wrong to her, even though he knew he was cheating on her. He knew it, but he felt like as long as she stuck around and was there for him and he gave her a baby, she was going to forever be there for him, even though he was cheating, until Rodney got home. And even before that, you feel me? Once Rodney got home and Rodney was able to stay with Yvette, now Jody gets to take the effect of what he was doing to her. But the thing is, Yvette didn't sleep with Rodney. She just let Rodney, you feel me, stay at her house. And she was peeping what was going on, and she didn't really like it because her heart is with Jody. You know what I'm saying? But now he's feeling it. And he getting mad. He's getting angry. Because now you're able to feel what she's feeling, because what you were doing to her, she was doing to you. And sometimes it takes that for a person to realize what's going on before they actually take into consideration how their actions are affecting people. Otherwise, they got it in their mind as they're doing everything right. And as long as you stick around and take it, they're going to keep doing what they're doing. I got slack for that too. You know what I'm saying? But it's karma if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's what it takes for somebody to open up their brain and realize your actions is affecting someone else. And if you play into that person's actions for a long time, they might not never get it. But if you at some point cut it off and you stop doing the things that you was doing before, they'll get a clear indication of maybe what I was doing was affecting this person. I just couldn't see it like that. You know what I'm saying? She gave Jody a dose of his own medicine. You know what I'm saying? But she wasn't really feeling Rodney like that. You know what I'm saying? And it went down to personal information and how she was telling Rodney he still live at home with his mama. And you know what I'm saying? Jody still live at home with his mama and Rodney is a gangster. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, sometimes the grass ain't always greener on the other side. You think it is, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why she didn't end up with Rodney. You know what I'm saying? And she ended up with Jody. Jody wasn't a bad guy. It's just he was still a baby boy. And in his mind, you know what I'm saying, still being young, working on bikes, not having a real job, kicking it with Peanut all day, cheating on your woman. You know what I'm saying? You got a baby over here and a baby over there. Unconditional love usually for a woman is she's going to stick around for that. You know what I'm saying? Because she's going to understand how it played out. She's going to have hurt feelings. And sometimes she's going to still stay with you, even though her feelings is hurt. But you are not realizing what you're doing, and you keep doing the same thing over and over until at some point in her mind, she like, look, I got to make this man feel what I'm feeling. And it may not even be her thinking that in her head. It just be like, you know what I'm saying? I love him. I do. But I'm tired. So maybe Rodney could give me something that Jody is not. So I'm going to try this out and see how it go. You know what I'm saying? Just to only be aware of the fact that she was not feeling Rodney like that. You know what I'm saying? And Jody was not okay with Rodney being at Yvette's house. So being the time that they were separated from each other, they got a deeper look into what they really wanted. Sometimes that's what it takes. That's how you grow up. You know what I'm saying? You got to grow through it to grow through it. And people be misunderstanding that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even realize what they doing to people until it's done to them. And then they finally wake up. And sometimes they don't even wake up. They just move on to the next person until they realize it's worse than what they had when they were with the person that was being extra, caring and considerate and showing unconditional love. You're not going to get that with everybody. So if you move on to the next person thinking you're going to get that without sitting down and working on yourself and being like, look, I don't like that. I know I got something good over here. Maybe I need to, get it together and polish it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But in the end of the movie, they end up being together. You know what I'm saying? So it's just living proof that people do grow. But really, the battle on growth is inside yourself. It doesn't matter how many videos I create, how much content I make. If people don't want to grow, they're not. They're going to stay stuck. You know what I'm saying? In that old way of thinking, in that old mind frame. They're going to still, continue to do the things that they feel is okay for them, but not like the consequences. Like they're not okay with their life. And sometimes it takes growth and experience before a person just feel like they not okay with their life. Because in their mind, they okay and content with it. As long as they keep getting to be able to continue to be themselves and do what they want to do and act a certain way in life, the way they feel they want to act, you know what I'm saying? They will not get fed up with it. They'll keep playing the same tricks and playing the same, introspection and same thoughts and same actions. It'll just keep spinning the block. And you can't rush their process. You can only focus on yourself. You know what I'm saying? It took some time for Jody to finally realize that Yvette was a good woman and he wanted to be with her. It didn't take Yvette that long to understand she didn't want to be with Rodney. She really wanted to be with Jody, but she was tired of getting cheated on. And she just wanted him to see that. So it's like, at some point, what do I do? Do I break up with you so you can see what you're doing? Or I just keep staying with you and letting you keep treating me like shit? But you getting mad because I'm over here. You could, listen. As humans, we're very complex. And that love be crazy sometimes. But I do feel like that people can grow. And baby boy and baby girl, Jody and Yvette, at some point grew to mature women and men and got married and had another baby because they realized that they had to grow up from the people that they were. They wanted the relationship to work, but they showed each other unconditional love. She was pregnant at the end, and they was married. You know what I'm saying? And they at the park having a picnic. I believe that he was a good father to his other baby mama with the daughter, but I believe that he wasn't cheating no more on Yvette because Yvette really cared about him. Yvette really wanted him to get off the streets because she felt like he was going to get killed on the streets. And you know what I'm saying? He was at Peanut's house that day and he had that dream where Rodney came through and he thought he got shot and he thought he died. That was something he needed to experience for himself, for him to realize maybe she's right. I don't need to be in these streets like this. Otherwise, I am going to die. And if you have nobody telling you that the streets is not where it's at, you know what I'm saying? I'm scared for you. You'll keep continuing to live your life in the streets. Period. Because it's comfortable to you. You know what I'm saying? Yvette was a good woman. A very good woman. You know what I'm saying? And she was caught up in his web of lies and, you know what I'm saying, manipulation until at some point, it's not a tit for tat. I got that in the comments. Men talking about I'm tit for tatting and, you know what I'm saying? I'm not. It's the truth. It's the truth. You got to grow through life. You know what I'm saying? To understand it sometimes. Both Yvette and Jody are good people. They love each other. They was in a relationship. But Yvette was tired of Jody cheating. And she was working and she wasn't cheating and she was taking care of home. And so she needed to vent. And she vented to Rodney. And Rodney came home and he paroled to her house. And she gave Jody a dose of his own medicine. And he didn't like it. But that was prior. That was after me kept telling you how your behavior is affecting me. How I don't like what you're doing. And you still didn't get it. You still continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over. So I gave you a dose of your own medicine, and you didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to love somebody else, you have to love yourself. And introspection, it comes from an own individual person's mental state and space and mind frame. And if they want to grow, like, do they actually look at their life on a daily and are unhappy with some certain things? I think everybody does. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to you when you feel like you're ready to change. It's up to you when you're ready to just, you know, make a 360 and be like, you know what, I'm tired of this shit. I don't want to do this no more. Which means it's not the life that is happening, you know what I'm saying, for me. It's what I'm doing. And life is happening to me to get me to understand that I need to change some things. Because if I don't, this is going to be the repeated cycle. The only person who could do that is you. You know what I'm saying? And we're in this adjustment period now where a lot of us, even people my age, I'm about to be 36 in like 2 weeks. But a lot of us still in my age are still baby boys and baby girls. We do things according to the childhood person we are. But as I've been told, since I've been younger, women tend to mature faster than men. You know what I'm saying? Become the nurturers and hold it down. You know what I'm saying? And being the fact that a lot of men were raised like that in a baby boy situation, you know what I'm saying? Some women wasn't okay with that, and they would leave. And so now they're scarred, and they don't want to be with nobody else. So they're accepting the task of taking on all the responsibilities at home. Like, listen, we live in a day and age now, especially for me. There is not nothing that a man can do that I can't do. You know what I'm saying? You need a man to come fix your washing machine. Listen, Google YouTube and pay attention and construct it hand by hand and try to fix it yourself. You know what I'm saying? I know how to change a tire. You know what I'm saying? But I guess they leave that to men change tire. I know how to change my own tire. The lug nuts might be on a little tight, but by the time we even get to that point, somebody done pulled over and helped me. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that they feel like only men should. Listen, I've been making my own bread since the age of 16. I didn't need nobody, you feel me, to take care of me. Any relationship I was in, anything that they did for me was just a plus. Because I was already taking care of myself. I didn't need you to do anything. You know what I'm saying? My bike chain fall off, I'm going to put it on myself. You know what I'm saying? So being the fact that it left a lot of women to do things that people consider manly tasks, that's where I think the love needs to be spread out to everybody. If you're a lesbian woman or you're a gay man, why should that matter? Maybe in their mind, they felt like as a man, they took on a lot of womanly tasks and they are more comfortable. As a woman, I felt like, you feel me, I basically had to run my own life by myself. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I like what I like, but I'm still the same person, me. You know what I'm saying? If you want to break it down towards an energy thing, men and women are the same on an energetic level. So if you give me the same energy, I'm going to give you the same energy. If you want to cheat, I'm going to cheat on you. If you want to do me dirty, I'm going to do you dirty. That is a form of karma. You can't be, man, or let's just say relationships, period. One person get more leverage than the other. Like, that's not how it goes, especially not in this day and age. Women are dishing out the same type of shit that man is dishing out. And they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? We grew up in an era where a lot of men were spoiled. The boys were spoiled by their moms. So they don't work. All they do is look forward to, you know what I'm saying, bringing a PlayStation and spending the night over a woman's house. And all they doing is dropping off babies. That's it. Taking her car, driving it all day while she at work. You know what I'm saying? Making babies over here and babies over there. And you feel me? She's okay. She's content with that. That's her man. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Miss me. It's now supposed to be at an even leverage. I work, you work. You got your own car, I got my own car. I'm faithful, you faithful. You know what I'm saying? I cook, you wash the dishes. I wash, you dry. You feel me? Equal energy. It shouldn't be no, separation in that. And I think, you know what I'm saying, that's a lot of what the movie Baby Boy was centered on, and as you grow up, and now is the time where everybody is growing and they're evolving from their younger selves into their higher selves, which means you have to look at that immaturity inside yourself and realize what you're doing and how your actions are affecting others. It's called accountability. It's something that may not be taught, but you can definitely learn it. You know what I'm saying? And do a deep introspection into your life, because karma is real. Whatever you do to somebody else, it will come back to you. But are you looking at your life to even see what's going on? People can. Just some people are blind, and it doesn't affect them, and they're okay. You know what I'm saying? And then some people like, oh, man, this ain't working. It's time to grow and excel and change my thought patterns and my behavior so I can, you feel me, elevate in life. You know what I'm saying? So, Baby Boy is like one of my top 10 movies of all time. You know what I'm saying? I could recite it word for word. I've actually been in relationships like that. My first relationship was exactly like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was solid. We couldn't pull away from each other. People be like, oh, just leave. Listen, it don't be that easy. And everybody knows, especially coming from my culture, it is not that easy to leave that first relationship like everybody say. But, people and different opinions and everything everybody got to say, that's how the internet is. It don't even faze me anymore, because I got my own thoughts and perception on that first relationship and how I see it and how it was a lot harder to leave than I thought it was. Even though I was over here, you know what I'm saying, exploring life, I was still attached. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it be good. You in love, you done gave out time, you can't get that back to a person, you feel me? You willing to do whatever you can to solidify that relationship, you know what I'm saying, until you get to a point where it's like, you know what, listen, I'm learning from my mistakes and my choices and the things that I do, and I'm taking accountability. And I got in another relationship after that relationship ended, which was kind of like the first one, because I didn't learn what I needed to learn. And once I did, I cut that off. And now I'm no longer, you know what I'm saying, getting into relationships that only require the bare minimum. You're not about to just, you know what I'm saying, hump on me and think that's everything. No, we're reciprocating the same energy. You know what I'm saying? Which means if I'm a boss woman, you're going to have to be a boss too. I'm not settling for nothing less. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to be worried about what's going to happen to you on the streets if you require the person you're in a relationship with to not be on the streets and they care about their life. You know what I'm saying? It's all in what you require. It's all in what you want out of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's no men versus women. We're not doing that no more. It's basically, you know what I'm saying, the energy that you give out. Is it the type of energy do you want reciprocated to you? What you give out, how would you feel if someone did it to you? If you're okay with that, trust me, you're going to find somebody that's okay with that. Trust me. But it's certain people that look back on their life and get to have a different understanding of what they want and require. And I'm one of those people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to accept what I did in my last relationships. And until I get to a point where I can, you know what I'm saying, get what I'm giving out, I'm okay with being by myself. Being in a relationship with someone requires a lot of work, not only out of you, but out of them as well. And once y'all get attached, I'm talking about bonding, spending time with each other and hunching on each other. Listen, it's like a bond that's hard to let go. So you have to be really careful on who you decide to you know what I'm saying, interact and give that to. Be precise on what you want. Stand on boundaries before you even get to that point. You know what I'm saying? It's all about unconditional love and making it work. Something my grandma told me is, if you really love someone, you stick it out and make it work. And that's the truth. But how long does a person have to wait before a person gets it right? That's the test for you, because everybody moves at a different rate. Some people see some things that's not going to change and they out of there. Some people stick around hoping you can change. You know what I'm saying? And nothing happens. So it's like two people in a relationship, but one is ahead and one is back. Y'all both got to be on the same accord, on the same speed, willing to grow together. You know what I'm saying? Separately, looking at their own lives and what they need to work on in order to get to here. You know what I'm saying? And we're in a time period now where people are looking at that, and people are focusing on that, but it's hard if you're constantly surrounded by people or you're constantly okay with the life you've been living. You won't be able to look at what needs to be changed because you're not changing what you know needs to be changed because you're comfortable with it. It's a complex mind thing. You know what I'm saying? And you can either dig yourself into a deeper hole in your mind, or you can look at your life and figure out what you need to change. That choice is up to everybody individually. You know what I'm saying? But I just had to make a video on that because, listen, it was going a full debate in the comments on, you feel me, women versus men. And I have to help people understand I am a woman's woman. Don't get me wrong. I'm telling the truth from a woman's perspective, but I'm also not, you know what I'm saying, oblivious to what the man does. I'm also not finna just, you know what I'm saying, empower women and act like we just saints and then the man does everything. No. Like, Yvette and Jody were both wrong in the movie. You know what I'm saying? But Jody can't just look at it as Yvette was wrong and he wasn't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? And her behavior was just because. She didn't just, you know what I'm saying, answer the phone for Rodney and have Rodney come to her house just because. Jody was cheating on her and she knew it, and Jody kept denying it. You know what I'm saying? So let's be real here. Let's tell the truth. Let's stop acting like, oh, it's a one-way street. Men just have the ability to be able to cheat and treat women any way they want, and women are supposed to be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Or they should leave. But we all know it's not that easy to leave. Like, everybody should be willing to work on their own individual aspects of themselves together. If you really love somebody, you feel me? You are willing to put in the work to work on yourself, to be able to, you know what I'm saying, be with that person. If that's really what you want and that's really what you want to do, you really gonna take the time to figure it out. Everybody wants to be loved. There's not one person, I think, in the world that don't want to be loved. You know, are you willing to put in the work? You know what I'm saying? And that means knowing who you are. Nothing, I mean nothing, comes before your kids. You feel me? Nothing, I mean nothing, comes before you. So if you are right, you can give that love to your kids and you can love someone else, period. But if you not, it's not going to work out like that, and it's going to be all type of discrepancies and all type of things going on in a relationship, and it's going to be toxic, and you're going to end up putting up with things you really don't want to put up with, and you feel me, it just becomes a bond, a soul tie. You know what I'm saying? That is so hard to pull away until you get fed up and finally cut the cord. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot easier said than done. I think everybody can kind of understand where I'm coming from with it. You feel me? Listen, drop in the comment section, how do y'all feel about it? Do y'all feel like Yvette was wrong for, you know what I'm saying, accepting calls from Rodney and accepting Rodney into her house once he paroled because that was her ex? Or do y'all feel like Jody was wrong for cheating on her? He was cheating, and he know he was cheating with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Or did both of them play a role? You know what I'm saying? Is that type of behavior okay when you're young until you grow? How long is a person supposed to stick around until a person change? Is it unconditional love if you leave, or is it unconditional love if you stay? Like, really help me out. Really, I really had a whole debate. And again, like I said, this is one of my top 10 movies. So we can go back and forth, but the truth is the truth. As human beings, we got to accept accountability for it. You feel me? And until we do, we can't love anyone else until we love ourselves. That's just the way of the world. You know what I'm saying? You got to be whole in yourself. And listen, healing and understanding and growing takes sometimes lifelong. Everybody's at their own different speeds. But if a person really loves you and care about you, you know what I'm saying, they'll be willing to go down that road with you. At least that's just what I believe. You know what I'm saying? So Make sure y'all drop it in the comments. You feel me? This was Taraji P. Henson's duet movie. Listen, it's a classic. She did that hands down. Tyrese played, you feel me, a phenomenal role as well. I heard it was supposed to go to Tupac, but you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, right. I don't know what John Singleton had going on, but it's a classic in my era. Anybody born in around my age bracket know that Baby Boy is one of the movies you can watch over and over and over and over, because it's basically solidifies everything that people could be currently going through. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in a relationship with my child's father. He was my baby daddy. Like, but I grew now. You're my child's father. I'm not calling you my baby daddy. You feel me? Because baby daddy think he still got access and titles to you, and he could still come over and make more babies. And no. You are my child's father. That's what it is. And I'm not requiring that behavior that you deemed okay for you. We're not doing that. You know, this world is crazy. It's complex. It's a difficult situation. But I just feel like I needed to put my intake on that movie because, listen, the comments in the status is heck long. You feel me? If y'all want to check out the comments to what I'm talking about, check out my Facebook page. You feel me? It is in my description, and I have a picture on there, and click the comments and you'll be able to see the whole debate where I'm going back and forth with people, and I'm just standing on business and I'm being truthful with it. You feel me? Men, women, both take accountability, understand the part they play, and as us as humans, we giving out the same energy that we want back. If you're giving out a certain energy and you get the same back, you can't be blind to it. You got to understand and take accountability and understand what you're giving out, you're going to get back. And if you can't look at that, you can't be mad when you get a you played on you. That it's real life. It's 2024. You know what I'm saying? The blinders are coming off a lot of people, and we're evolving. You know what I'm saying? And we're growing. And we're understanding, like, it's more to a relationship than, you know what I'm saying, just sex. Like, we're taking it a step further. You know what I'm saying? Getting to know people, and, you know, I'm growing and evolving. Man, if you don't know what it is I just told you, please make sure that y'all leave in the comments y'all thoughts on the situation, because it can always go back and forth. He say, she say battle. You know what I'm saying? But it goes down to truth and what's real. You know what I'm saying? Not a he say, she say thing, because everybody is entitled to their own opinion. That's just the way the world works.